Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts, and this is me, a True Divine 4-4, where I give the energy and tarot of the day to help give you a narrative of your day, to help you reach your highest potentials, help you recognize the energies within you, around you, and within others. Take what resonates as it is general. Always practice your free will and use the information as you can and where you can to reach those highest potentials. That is what I want most. That's why I come on here every day. Sorry that I didn't get on yesterday. It's been a funny week. Well, not so funny. I had a friend pass away, and also the news of that come in, and then William's been having some troubles. Preteen, the groups having been closed down here for a long time, trying to get to see where those are open and whatnot to get back into that. 'Cause homeschooling is really missing the rollabout time that the boys and girls have when they're together. So yeah, I'm working on that super hard too. So excuse me for yesterday, but I'm here today, and this is for the 11th of May 2021. Remember, leave a comment, let me know how you're navigating the energies of your day. It's good to open up that dialogue between others. That is what we need to be using and not losing. So use the comment section to let us know how you're getting on. So this is for the 3 days. There's lots of threes in this reading, and the Three of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck first, and this is speaking about the energies being very conducive for teamwork, team building. It's Pentacles, so the creation of something in your physical reality, whether that be a product, a result at the end that you can see, feel, touch, smell, something that is going to be in collaboration with others. So if you've been thinking along these lines, if you have been thinking along these lines in that you're thinking, I just can't do this, I need to fit things in differently, a little bit like I was saying about the groups for William, trying to find ones that are open, that are going to stay open and not just shut down as soon as Boris says so again. Things like that, to try and think, I need to work this differently, and I need to collaborate with others or some other things to help things run more smoothly. So the energies for thinking along these lines and taking the action to do so is huge today. We're looking at, from the collective stage point of view, weird ass collaborations, as far as I could see when I've looked at this card, is that the most unsuspecting collaborations coming up. In particular, I want to speak about China, and the collaborations have been picking up on them. They have been busy. While they've had the world, not they, the elites facilitating what China will do and what many won't do or won't be seen to do. They've been real busy while the rest of the world has been real busy, distracted, and locked down. They've been real productive. And so regarding the links that they've been making with countries that other people were punishing, and so they, very strategically went in there, and this is for a result that they are wanting at the end of the day. And so there is that, which isn't good. And so what else do I want to say? I want to say that the UK has been, the collaboration in general, these countries in general, playing their stupid chess game while we've been distracted and not holding them to the calls. They are really these different factions working together that you wouldn't look at it and think, what the end result is for, but they're making use of the energies of creating these alliances, creating these codependencies. So keep an eye out for that, and not just keep an eye out, start speaking out about it. we're seeing a lot of collaboration today regarding the communities. So it might be one of your communities that you're living in, where all of a sudden people are starting to notice where things are in lack, that are falling down. So things like sharing scrap timber to get jobs done in the community, where people are being drowned out by the warning signs of inflation, and not just warning signs, result at this point of inflation in certain aspects of the market and in certain aspects of the world. Seeing collaboration of how to think around the box regarding that. If we could build damn websites, I've had some awesome ideas. So if you can, I'll give you the ideas for free because it will help you, help others. And so this collaboration is very, it's rife with the impact it could have on your life for good today, and also from the wider stage point of view, the impact it could have for negative today. But thinking on your individual life, working strategically to make things run smoother, working smarter, not harder, and co-opting other people's help to do so. The Three of Pentacles speaks of being able to see other people's strengths, see other people's skill sets, and putting that into motion to create a strong team. And so it is a good card. From the wider stage isn't so good, I'm sorry, but from what we can do in our individual lives is certainly a good card. There's a set of 3 in the US that are definitely working together in collaboration. In particular, obviously more are involved, I can feel it, but that are very much so working with China also. There's just these weird connections. So there is the 3 again with the Empress card. So this keeps coming up, this divine feminine energy. And it is about really recognizing the depth and gravity of what has been stripped bare when we have allowed through complacency the divine feminine energy to be defiled, to be degraded, to be diminished. There is this energy coming forward within each and every one of us, should we choose to recognize it and look upon it and exalt it, to be able to allow this reawakening of the goddess energy within this reality. Now, of course, this includes beauty, like nourishment, nutrition, fertility. This speaks of creating things, wearing beautiful things, adornment, the way nature adorns itself, the brown, quite plain ground, or even the sand, quite plain blank color, adorns itself with green and pink and lilac and all of the different colors that you could possibly think of that are held within flowers. You can have the desert area and all of a sudden have this beautiful big cacti that is green and lush. And so this is where it's important for us to replicate that. That makes us feel good to look out and see that. Why don't we replicate that within ourselves, in that it's good and it is okay to adorn yourself, to make yourself feel good, exalting that divine feminine energy, and being able to appreciate yourself the way you appreciate nature, let's say. It also speaks of fertility as far as the 3 that are picked up on the wider stage, and the divine feminine energy being under another wave, another tsunami of attack, regarding the fertile, creative aspect of this beautiful energy. And so it is super important, I feel, for so many people, whether you've gone for the jab or not. This is where the attack's coming from. The sterility that I predicted they were going to be doing towards coming into 2019, is is really that it's rife, and the numbers are starting to come forward. The information is starting to come forward. That information is not a lie. I can tell you that for sure. The fertility process, the carrying process of what is one of the most beautiful things and most beautiful processes of carrying a baby and birthing that baby into this reality is under severe attack. And so there's collaboration gone into that, and that is from this elite group. Look to the likes of Soros, Gates, look to the likes of the shadowy beings behind them, the Rothschilds, the bankers that bankrolled that, and are also involved very heavily in controlling populative numbers, etc., etc. And so it is so important for us to really I did a video of what happens when how did I word it? What happens when fertility, or when babies, the gift of babies does not come into the world. Babies bring in this overdrive of compassion in right-minded people, this overdrive of wanting to nurture, nourish. And so let's nourish what we are and what we've got, whether it's yourself or whether you have children or elderly parents, grandparents. Let's really push the nourishment and work together on that to really nourish what we have here, to really protect our young in the physical, which the Empress card is very much the motherly energy, into also creating that compassion for others regarding going through this. The past I told you so, these people need a hug. And so being in a part of that today would be a beautiful thing for you to do. Also, it is about the constant reminder of the three, the Empress card, the major arcana that is the Empress card, is about through your thoughts, your words, your deeds creates your reality. That flow, that trinity of the thoughts, words, and then your actions, your deeds create your reality. This is super powerful with the three being right next to that on the bottom of the deck, that this is the underpinning of the collaborative process that will be the outcome of whatever product or whatever result is going to be seen. You have to be able to cleanse yourself of the clutter that is trying to be stuck to you, and have full and focused intent from the thought process to the word process to then the actions and the deeds process. So being on board with people who are very like-minded, like-hearted is very, very important today, because to have clean thoughts, clear, concise thoughts, you're putting out a much stronger frequency from even your thoughts, in that it's not a confused frequency. It's not like energy, thinking, well, I sort of represent what you're thinking. Let me stick to you. No, it's like you need to come at me energy, come at my thought pattern, and if you're not right with me, I'll cleanse you, I'll declutter you, and I'll put you in clear, concise thought form. And then I will form you through the process of transmutation from the consciousness. I'm pointing to the brain, but from the consciousness, from the field, which is why it's so important actually for us to be cleansing of these thought forms, because the thoughts aren't in the brain. They've never gotten to that result in trying to prove that in the past. This conscious field is obviously, and I know from being psychic, how many more other people pick up on things as I'm picking up on them, would speak out on them around about the same time, or I'll have a connective thought with another telepathic thought. And so I can speak telepathically to certain people who I'm really aligned with. And so this is where, that this is obviously a field of thought, or a field where thought can reside. And so it really is important that we learn the process and art of cleansing and shaving down of the thoughts to a precise thought form that represents the intent and result that we actually would desire. Because we can very easily, which is why this is World War III, and we've been in this long, prolonged war since World War One. They've just gotten better at doing it and needed to take pauses to refine their skills. But this is been psychological warfare for some time. And there's been a collaborative effort on that. So even from that point of view, there is lots deliberately put out into the thought field, or where the field where thoughts can exist, in order for us to pick up on them, and without thinking, we can collaboratively help those results come about. So we have to be real clear of where the thoughts are coming from, and how to make them ours, how to mold them like you would mold a sculpture out of clay. You work with it, you bend it, you try and shape it, and then you chisel it a bit, and then you're going to polish it off. There's a whole process to it. And so creating that thought form to be one of your own is very, very important. It's at this point, and only at this point, that we should even let it out of our mouths, because we all know this. You let things out of your mouth, you think, I shouldn't have said that, 'cause now I've attracted that in. Look, I am late, or whatever it might be. We've all had that experience where we're like, I knew I shouldn't be thinking that way, because look what's happened, So this is where we have to be really cognizant of our manifestation powers. And in this time where people are raising in frequency, some people lowering, but raising in frequency for those that choose to do so. And it's not just this time, we can always, in any generation, choose to be doing this. And I think many people do in each generation. You get to the point where you have to have the wisdom to know that your thoughts create your manifestations. But whatever part of the cycle that we are in right now, there is a speeding up of manifestation. And I do think we go through peaks and troughs of that, but the energy around us, whatever it is right now, is carrying things and returning things a heck of a lot faster than many other times within any given cycle. And so this is really important, especially for those who are great manifestors. And you might be a great manifester, but you're just not being cleansing and molding and sculpting of the thoughts enough before you speak them out of this womb, this creative portal, this mouth. Because when you're speaking them out, so thoughts, clean those thoughts, shave those thoughts down, bend them to your will, sculpt them, polish them, then and only then let them out of your mouth, because this is what will be you speaking life into this reality. You're breathing life into this reality. So this is where it's a very powerful day. So make it for your greatness rather than to your detriment. Make it so that you are in charge of what your final result within the process of collaboration. Because at the end of the day, this is where these two cards, I'm going on a bit, but are so powerful and so important, because of this field that thoughts, that consciousness seems to be able to reside in while we are in this realm in physical bodies. Because of that field and everybody being a part of that field, then we can very easily manifest into our lives, or manifest other people's will into our lives without thinking. And so this is really powerful with the combination of the two. It made me think of, okay, this consciousness field, what is it? And how does it work to our detriment, and how does it work to our greatness? And this is what I came up with. So it very, very powerful and constructive divine messaging from that consciousness field. And so be very careful what comes out of your mouth, because either way, it's going to come back to you real fast today. So we've got the Two of Wands as the first card in the reading, and this speaks to it speaks to embryonic ideas. It speaks to a maturing thought form. It speaks to the Three of Wands would be the action card. So the Two of Wands is about stepping outside of the norm, to think a little bit outside of the box towards getting closer to taking the action. It's about growing and beginning of a passion, of an idea, of a drive, of a way forward. It's about starting to make the decisions as to the action that will follow with the Three of Wands. Now, the World card comes out, another major arcana to clarify this Two of Wands, but it's in reverse. And so this speaks of, if you've got the world in the upright, you've got the whole world in your hands kind of thing, you've got the capacity to bring about a huge cycle in your life and have everything before you for the next part of your journey. In reverse, it would say that it's exactly the same positioning on this major arcana as it is the Hangman major arcana. And in the upright, it doesn't look too exact, but in the reverse, it is exactly the same positioning as the Hangman in the major arcana. So because this is the World card, it shouldn't be looking like the Hangman. It should be that there's action being taken, things being drawn forward. Because it is the Hangman position on the World card, it is that there's a procrastination here. So because of the Three of Pentacles being on the bottom of the deck and the Empress card being on the bottom of the deck, this would speak to me that procrastination on ideas that you've been mulling over maybe a little bit too long, or maybe being not into and in enough confidence of self to do everything we spoke about for the cards on the bottom of the deck, so that you're almost afraid to take action and move this from the embryonic idea, the stirring of the beginning of something, into procrastination. While you're procrastinating, you be aware that people are willing to step over you to either get the same thing done or get their thing done, and it will affect you. So in your individual lives, be very aware of that and be very cognizant of that, and take the action and be confident in your skill set to be able to do those cleansing and sculpting and polishing of those thought forms in order to birth them out into your reality. Be super confident in your who you really are, what you really are, and the capabilities that you really have. Not in the indoctrination of where everything is frightening and a little bit imbalanced. It's the billionaires of this world, millionaires of this world that literally create chaos, because that's where they make the sunshine and they make their hay while that sun is shining. And so to be brave enough, even in the most chaotic times, to take the action that you're feeling led to take, that you know you should take, and put that world in the upright is very important. There is this stirring from the collective stage point of view that I was picking up on these collaborations, that this brewing, these war drums I'm hearing is really stirring up to, while the world is procrastinating, these ideas are being brought about into the Three of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. And it's very, it's a warning to us today through these cards to take action in our own lives, to act on in our divinity and sovereignty, and act for the result in our lives that we would want to see, that we will see, if we speak it out with enough determination and intent. Because if we continue to procrastinate under the demands of a corrupt government, whether that be the US, whether that be Germany, Canada, the UK, Australia. If we continue to India, if we continue to procrastinate under these very bought and paid for rulers, then there are worse things that will be brought about. It is for us to go about our lives doing what we need to do to make the cogs in the clock turn, to make the result be the right result for us. And so the Three of Swords comes out as the next card. And so in your individual life, the procrastination of not taking action where you were feeling led to take action for quite some time, where your intuition has been telling you to for quite some time, years even. This is where the Three of Swords is felt, and that is the energy that I got from the previous two cards of, while you procrastinate, others are making their plans. While you aren't going towards what you're passionately driven towards, a person, a thing, a job, a prospect, then the person that you have, for a lot of you, felt like you've hurt and have been held over emotional barrels, has been making plans, keeping you in this procrastination pose, or keeping yourself in this procrastination pose. And daggers are felt regarding that today. The Three of Swords is no joke. It really gets the brain attack, your own brain, your own thoughts attack your heart chakra, and usually by the outside forces of others, or outside situations outside of self, where you have to go back to the wisdom and the truth that isn't so easy to hear when you're in the midst of the Three of Swords energy. So you careful of your screen. It's not your screen's fault. It's me speaking this out. In that the Three of Swords is anything outside of ourselves. And yes, it is, and that's where we can get sticky. But for want of this wisdom, is that if you have been being led passionately towards a different direction, or if you've been feeling your intuition prompting you to take action, and you don't, you procrastinate, you stay in the same, then is any situation or any result of anything outside of ourselves? Or did it start with us? Because if we'd moved this Two of Wands into the Three of Wands, and therefore this World card would not be in the reverse in this scenario, then this Three of Swords would be null and void. It's to do with us first and foremost, in that we would have brought about our passion, our drive, and we would have taken the action on it, which is what this Empress card and this Three of Pentacles card really screams out. And so again, from the wider stage point of view, can we, I feel like the people who have been procrastinating and very much so doing as the rulers tell them to do, are hurting in that, because they weren't acting in their own common sense, in their own divinity and sovereignty, or even if they still wanted to not act in that, but allowing others to act in their divinity and sovereignty, then there's some kind of hurt coming forward there. There's some kind of slew of people starting to open their eyes and realize, oh, you're not our friend. You weren't doing that to be good to us. That's a case scenario, but it is definitely an energy felt, in particular for whatever reason today in the UK, and so that'll show. Now the Two of Pentacles comes up again. This Two of Pentacles card, damn, in every deck keeps coming up, and so this is where again there was this juggling. There's this juggling motion of trying to just maintain. It's okay, it'll be over soon. Just maintain. Something's going to give soon. 3 weeks they said, didn't they? There's another 3 actually. 3 weeks, they said at the start of this. 3 weeks to curve the curve or something, or cut the curve, or dip the curve, whatever the wording was. 3 weeks. Well over a year and a half later. And so this is where the juggling, trying to just maintain, trying to meet the demands that material life had you in the first place before March 2019, and to matching that with what you have going on now, and it's just got to give. It's just got to give, and it ain't giving. And so there's only so long that you can juggle for. And when there is another blow delivered to those that have been juggling, that is where a lot of this collective pain is felt, particular in the UK, I'm picking up on. Now, as far as the procrastination in your individual life, if you've been being led and prompted and intuitively speaking to yourself to do something, yet you don't take it into the 3 of Wands action, and you're just in that hangman, but not in the energy that is meant to be the hangman. It's meant to be full on action with the World card in its upright, but in its reverse, it's the same poise and positioning as the hangman card, with the leg folded up behind the other straight leg. Is that this is where there's a tear, there's a rip, something does give, but it gives painfully. It comes to a jolt, it comes to an argument, it comes to can't do this anymore. And so be aware of that. And I know that it's difficult to say, because this is a heartbreaking energy, and wanting to maybe throw something at your screen if you're going through this is quite normal, because I'm speaking this out to you. But at the end of the day, this is where you can actually take your strength back and transmute this real fast, when instead of looking outside of self, go back to what it was. What was it you were being intuitively led to do? Or can you avoid this energy to some degree or altogether by looking at this information now and acting on it? What is it that you're being pushed and led to do by your own intuitive self or psychic nature? Going back to that gives you that power back, because when the hurt seems to just come from somebody outside of ourselves that we love, or that we have done everything for in our eyes, i.e. the government even, when that hurt comes from there, there's nothing we can do with that. All we can do is feel that. When we can take it within self and take power back in the moment, when we look back to say when we were being intuitively led to act and we didn't, we can say, okay, all isn't lost then, because I had this direction then. I might need to clean it up and change it up a bit and make it look a bit differently now, but I can actually still go towards what I was driven to go towards. If not that, then something else. It helps you transmute that and not feel like everything is lost. Now, the 3 and the 5 together with the 2 of Pentacles and the 3 would make 5, and 5 being change. And for some reason, Wednesday to be, midweek, hump week, the mid of the cycle, the mid towards in the 10 in the tarot. And so this is about, even that if you do find yourself in this tear, this rip in your reality today, with this 3 of Swords energy and this 2 of Pentacles energy, there's something in that for you. There's something that, this will lift, this will at least alleviate a great deal. There's some inner works that you can be doing. And Wednesday, there'll be real change, real lift. If that's you, if it's not too private, leave a comment, because it'll be great on Wednesday if you come back to this and let me know, because I really feel that for one of you, if not many of us. And so what's that, the 21, 22. So that would be 5 also. So combining these this knowledge, this energy that's coming forward, the wisdoms that are coming forward, the 21 of the world card and the 2 of wands, 21 would make 23. 3 plus 2 is 5. So by taking on board the advice within these energies, you can bring about your cycle, and this can change about real fast for you, which actually makes more sense to me as the next cards that I was looking at, which were a little bit hard to fit into the reading, but now they fit just like that. Magic. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles as the next card, and this is where everything that I was just saying, it's about the way that you look at it and taking it within in order to project out from a place of strength, even in the most hurtful and chaotic energies, creates this. This is abundance like no other. This is alignment in your physical reality. You've gone from exhausted, sweaty, juggling of 2 pentacles, 2 different aspects of your life that just aren't meeting up, and then you feel the pain, you go within, you go back to the beginning of the energies where you should have acted and you didn't, and you take that power back, and then bang, boom, Ace of Pentacles, baby. Ace of Pentacles. Come here, puppy. You come in to say Ace of Pentacles. Happy girl. Yeah, baby. Ace of Pentacles is pop up. So we've got to clarify this, and now this makes all sorts of sense now, where we didn't before. She is very licky.
When you bring her finger,
we have
like
the
this.
10 of Pentacles.
She gets very licky when you do this. Yeah.
10 of Pentacles.
Right, yeah.
So beautiful. This is abundance. This is alignment. This is thinking out of those limitations that would say, with these kind of energies, what kind of abundance and alignment in my physical reality could I possibly create? Thinking past that and going into that field where thoughts can reside, taking the energies that, billionaires, millionaires alike, nothing wrong with millionaires, billionaires got a bit of a problem with in these systems anyway, because it's very difficult to become one without doing certain things. Is that they go in this field of possibilities, and they'll take it and they'll sculpt it and they'll chisel it and they'll prime it. And so this is where, even in their most painful and chaotic failures, they'll find these fruits, this ability to not limit themselves, to not think, well, I don't know how that's going to happen. Well, then you don't need to know how it's going to happen. You just take the thought, you chisel it off, polish it off, and take the very pointed words out of your mouth, and let the rest do the rest. Let the energies come to you for that, to create that result, for the result that you would want. Don't put limitations on it. Well, there's no way I'm going to get 10 of Pentacles, Jennifer, because this and this and this. No. Be the master manifester today, and turn what would be pain into labor pains, where you create and birth something beautiful, whether you're male or female. So I'm quite glad how that went towards the end, because I was thinking, how do I fit that into there? What does that mean? Really, that doesn't make sense. Did I pull out the wrong cards? No. This is how you can play it. This is how you can use it towards your greatness. This is how you can really accelerate yourself in the darkest hour to your brightest day. So, you're tired, girl. Why are you yawning so much? So anyway, that is me and Pop for the day. Much love, balance, and wholeness. By the way, so 3, 6, 9. Field of possibilities. The field of 9, the magic of 3, 6, 9 that Tesla spoke about. I just want to show you this if you needed any more confirmation that your day can be great today. 3, 6, 9. Beautiful.
I think Chloe wants to come out now.
Amazing. Does she need to go out for a wee-wee? Is that why she's yawning? And did she need a wee-wee?
Hello, Bridget.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I think she
There you
just
go
wants to wonder about that.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
There you go. You're feeling
All right.
it.
Much love, balance, and wholeness. Mwah. Love you all. If you want a personal reading with me or any energy work, you can hit me up at truedivinemedia@gmail.com. There's hair on my lip now. If you want any spiritual coaching or any energy flow sessions, you can do the same with the same email address or Facebook Messenger. Look at my socials, look in the description box, say hi, help me grow them, because goodness knows I'm not great at doing that. So I appreciate you hitting me up and sending a follow or a tweet or whatever, you know, and say hi. Don't be a stranger. So I'll let you go, and thank you for listening. Mwah, mwah, mwah. 3 for good luck.